The Adelaide Oval has been a major part of the city's sporting landscape since the 1870s, and in the past couple of years the ground has undergone a significant makeover. So to find out what's been happening, I joined tour guide Trevor Manuel for a tour of this iconic arena. Trevor, why do you think people are so fascinated by this ground?
I think it's because it's been so successful with the cricket and football we've had here in the last 12 months. It's close to Adelaide, we've got the magnificent footbridge, and people want to see why it works so well.
Alright, shall we have a look around?
Yeah, let's go.
From a previous seating capacity of around 34,000, the redeveloped ground can accommodate more than 53,000 people, but developers have been mindful to blend the old with the new, and nothing is more sacred than the old scoreboard.
Here's one of the best views in Adelaide Oval, looking from the scoreboard back across the oval.
And how does it all work?
You can see the numbers there, but if you put up that score, we're reading that as 32, but from outside it's 23. So the scorers have to work backwards the whole time they're here, and you can see they've already written on units and tens just to remind them which way the score goes. But when we get to the hundreds, there's no more rollers. We need to pick up the number, slide it in. We're now up to 100. You can see how it's been converted, or how they've used it for other sports like the rugby union. So they've worked out where they can put conversions, penalties, drop goals, and adapt the scoreboard. 1927 we added the lights that show which fieldsman fields the ball and which batsman faces up.
So this is the concession to modern technology?
This is the concession to modern technology in Adelaide. Yeah.
And it's not just the scoreboard that has heritage value. So these Moreton Bay fig trees, they're one of the most historic parts of Adelaide Oval. What can you tell us about them?
Well, they're about the oldest thing in the Adelaide Oval area. They were planted in the 1890s, and there was a very practical reason for planting them. It wasn't to create a nice backdrop to the oval or shade for people sitting on the mound. They're actually planted to stop people sitting on Modderford Hill and getting a look at what was on the oval without paying.
Of course, given how long it takes a Moreton Bay fig tree to grow, it was probably some time before their value was fully realised. The Sheffield Shield Room is a treasure trove of South Australian cricketing history and legend, and as the first state to win the newly minted trophy in 1894, SA remains the Shield's custodian. So there's a small bird down here in the cabinet. What can you tell me about that?
Well, that dates back to 1969 to a Sheffield Shield match, and Greg Chappell from South Australia was bowling to John Inverarity, the Western Australian, and as he bowled the ball, it hit the bird, ricocheted onto the stumps, and Inverarity was given out bowled for a duck. And as he was trudging off the ground, the umpires worked out what happened and called him back under Law 46 about fair and unfair dismissal. They said the ball was fair, but the dismissal was unfair. Unfortunately for South Australia, Inverarity went on to make 89 runs.
So it turned out alright for Inverarity, but not so good for the bird.
Not so good for the bird, not so good for South Australia.
A tour of Adelaide Oval also includes a visit to the heart of the action. So this is the hallowed turf.
Yeah, this is the turf at Adelaide Oval, and it's Santarana couch during the cricket season and ryegrass during the winter for football.
And it has to be different lengths for each sport?
Yeah, for football it has to be cut between 25 and 30 mils for an AFL game. For cricket it's very low and hard. The Santarana couch is almost like a carpet on top of concrete.
A new innovation is the John Cahill-Andrew McLeod room, where the home team can provide fans with a package that includes a seat in the stand, drinks and nibbles, plus...
Through the glass on that side is the Adelaide Crows warm-up room. Through the glass on that side is the Port Power warm-up room. The blinds are up there, people can sit and watch the players warm up, go out onto the ground and then go and watch the match. They come back in at half time and have a look at them then, and back after the game and see them warm down.
So if you're keen to learn a little more about one of the country's most renowned sporting venues, then take a look behind the scenes on an Adelaide Oval tour.